welcome to the Doctor Janine Show. I'm so happy to have you all here today. We have a great show planned for you. Please say hello and where you're from and where you're watching from today. I hope everybody has some great weather happening. I hope you got outside today. If it's early in the day, I hope you're going to do that at some point and make time to get outside. Okay, that's what we talk about here. We're talking about POMC. So continuing the conversation, if you have no idea what that is, we will continue that conversation. Again, we're talking about some scary things that you may be finding in your vitamins. I'm going to be talking about this substance and going into some detail. We're also talking about weight loss tips for the holiday season. Yes, the holidays are just around the corner, often a time when a lot of people struggle with their weight. So we're going to be sharing those tips as well. And sinus issues. So talking about how to relieve issues with your sinuses and steam inhalation and some of the benefits of that. Also some toxic things that may be in your kitchen that you need to be aware of. So let's get started. Please say hello and where you're from. Sophia, nice to have you here in California. Saleha Khan in Dubai. Hello, nice to have you here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Elizabeth in Cabo San Lucas, thank you for tuning in. Hello, hello. Hey, if you're one of my regulars, please put a 1 in the comments. I know so many of you tune in every single week. Some of you have been with me over 2.5 years now, or approaching 3 years now for the Doctor Janine Show. So I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I recognize so many of your names. Nancy, of course, Dawn as well. Thank you for tuning in again today. Kester, Tony, Buki, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Sophia as well. And hello, Bobo in Sweden. It's great to have you here. Thank you. Susan Boyce, Sue in the UK. Hello, hello. Elaine, of course, you've been with me forever. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, Jessica, Mariah, ASP Archer, Lisa Marie has also been with me for a very long time. Victorious, nice to have you here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Ciao, Lydia in Italy. Thank you for tuning in today. Great to have you here. Eva, hello. Have known you for years and years. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Okay, Yanni, Nicole from the Sunshine State, that's Florida, right? Yes. Hello, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Robles, hello. Nice to have you here. S. Dreading, hello. PK21, Super Met 74 in Boston. Great to have you here. Lisa in Oklahoma. Peace, hello. Frozen's Matt, hello, hello. I know you've been here forever as well. Tuning in to the Dr. Janine Show. I appreciate all of your support. Hey, don't forget, if you're just tuning in, maybe you're here for the first time, this is a very interactive show. So I'll be going through different health issues, topics, but we're playing for a prize as well. So we will have some activities happening. Of course, the quiz questions will be coming up. We're going to play for this prize, the organic vitamin C from our great friends, our sponsor of the show, Vitatree Nutritionals. Okay, is everybody ready? Let's talk about this scary stuff that can be found in your vitamins. It's called titanium dioxide. Now, there is some concern with titanium dioxide, especially the nanoparticles in terms of what's happening with your skin and intestinal absorption. Now, those nanoparticles are less than 100 nanometers in diameter, so very, very tiny. And when we look at our intestinal cells, this can be a problem in terms of leaky gut syndrome. And because they're so small, even if you don't have a leaky gut, it could be problematic. And this is where things can be getting through that gut barrier. Normal tight junctions are healthier, but you can see all those villi in the intestines. This is where the concern becomes, because we know that over 80% of our immunity comes from having a healthy gut. So if you're ingesting or absorbing titanium dioxide on your skin or into your gut, you could be running into some problems. Now, some small test tube research has shown that the nanoparticles are actually absorbed into the intestinal cells and may lead to oxidative stress and DNA damage. So we know what DNA damage is in terms of diseases out there. I think I don't have to spell it out. And this is really important. So avoiding titanium dioxide at all costs is important. You're going to be shocked at where this stuff is found. Now, some research in rats has observed that titanium dioxide accumulates in the liver. So where's our friendly liver? If we take a look at Lucy, the titanium dioxide can accumulate in the liver, as well as in the spleen and even the kidneys, which of course are tucked behind. So scary. Our major internal organs can be harboring this titanium dioxide. It also accumulates in immune cells, as found in the research. Please hit that share button. Somebody else needs to learn this information. Estelle Medella, thank you so much for hitting that share button. Hey, if everybody could do what Estelle did, hit that share button, 5, 10, times, that would be great. Joshua, thank you for tuning in. It's so great to have you here today. Okay, thank you for hitting share. And if you're new here, make sure that you are subscribed, that you are watching as well. All right, now, did you know that titanium dioxide is actually a heavy metal toxin? And on the periodic table, it's one of the transition metals. Now, transition metals can be a little bit scary because they're not stable, if you remember from chemistry class. So transition metals are here in this green section on the periodic table. And we can see that titanium is right here. Now, what makes it a problem in terms of our modern world is that these transition metals are very sensitive to microwave and EMF radiation. So if we think about what we're exposed to on a daily basis in terms of our devices, things like this in our environment, in terms of those EMFs, this can be very problematic if you have titanium dioxide in your system. Now, where would you be getting this? Here's a big thing. Candies. So a very important, thing to note for kids is that these candies, I'm not going to name the brand, of course, I think you can figure it out, they're a little bit chewy, very sweet tasting, contain titanium dioxide. Please check the labels. This is scary stuff. As well as brie cheese. So anybody who likes brie cheese, because titanium dioxide is white, they use it on the outside. So that white coating often has the titanium dioxide. I know, shocking, mind blown. Everyone put in the mind blown emoji on your platform. This is shocking. I know, it was shocking to me as well. Of course, in our pharmaceuticals, they use titanium dioxide. So in big pharma, I think we have a picture of that. In terms of drugs, yes, we do. Yeah, so a lot of drugs, but not in every country. So I'm going to get to that in just a second. But also, supplements contain titanium dioxide. Now, this has been banned in France for years now. It's banned in the European Union, no titanium dioxide, and that can be in beauty products. Sunscreens notoriously have, titanium dioxide, no longer in Europe. However, here where I live in North America, it's still allowable. So please, please, please check your labels to make sure that your products, your supplements especially, if your kids or you eat candy, that there is no titanium dioxide. It is a heavy metal, it is very reactive, and can have compromising effects on your cellular health. Remember, I just talked about the fact that it's been studied now that those nanoparticles, especially of titanium dioxide, can sit and alter, of course, your liver health, your kidney health, digestive health, your gut cells, your immunity. So this is big, okay? And something that a lot of people simply do not realize. All right, so I do want to call it my viewer spotlight for this week. And this is from Tracy Pace _3. And you said, thank you for all the great info and making us all healthier. Well, thank you. And congratulations to you for being our viewer spotlight of the week. Amazing job, Tracy. And I continue to love all of the great comments that you send me every day, everyone. Thank you so much. It truly means the world to me. All right, let's continue. Everybody hit those like buttons and all that fun stuff that you can do. Yes, Jenny Marks, titanium dioxide. That's exactly what we were talking about. Okay, guess what? We're going to have a multiple choice question now. And it's a little bit of a review. So if you were here last week, this is going to be super easy for you. Yeah, Garden of Life. I know, the brie cheese. I know, like mind blown. Crazy. Sophia as well. I know, I can't believe it. All right, with the titanium dioxide that we just talked about. All right, multiple choice. Everybody ready? All right. Let's do this question. It's super easy. I think you'll be able to figure out really easily. Okay, we talked about this last week for a good night's sleep. So a lot of people struggle with their sleep. So for a good night's sleep, what should you not do before bed? Everybody put your answer in. We should not, okay, I'll read them out in case you're listening to this. Take melatonin, eat carbohydrates, watch a screen, drink alcohol, or eat all of the above. Everybody get your answers in. Let's see if we're all on the same page here. And maybe some people who missed last week's or you weren't aware of this. Okay. What should we not be doing? All right. Everybody's got their answers in? Yes. All right. So let's reveal, of course, the answer is E, all of the above. We should not take a melatonin supplement. That's a no-no. I have other posts on that. We should not be eating carbohydrates before bed. We should not be watching a screen. If we are, we've got our very protective blue light blocking glasses on. We should not be drinking alcohol. And of course, it's all of the above. All right, so there we go. Now we have our first quiz question. We'll be coming up in just a second. We're playing for a prize, don't forget. Of course, this week we're playing for the organic vitamin C from our great sponsors at VitaTrue Nutritional, so that is coming up. But first, I want to continue our conversation on POMC. Now, do you remember about POMC? And what this is all about. We touched on it a little bit last week, how this is related to our hormones. Every week I'm sort of breaking it down a little bit for you. Okay, so POMC, pro-opiomelanocortin. All right, now there's some downstream effects because this breaks up. Remember, it's a precursor. Pro means it's a precursor, so it's before, and then it becomes different things. Okay, so let's take a look at some of these things that POMC can become. And here we can see. All right, so POMC is up here, and then it's going to split, can become different things. One of these things is ACTH. Okay, so adrenocorticotropin releasing hormone, ACTH for short, which can become alpha MSH and CLIP. All right, so alpha MSH regulates appetite and melanin, if you've heard of melanin, so our ability to tan becomes very important here. Again, from POMC originally, ACTH, alpha MSH, and CLIP. Now, CLIP is interesting because CLIP is corticotropin-like intermediate peptide. And this has an effect on our insulin in our pancreas, so blood sugar regulation, and also our central nervous system. Okay, so that becomes important. So CLIP is blood sugar. I'll just write this in quickly. Alpha MSH is melanin. So our ability to tan, there we go. All right, does that make sense? It also has an effect on our appetite. So this is one of the reasons when you're getting a course, it's POMC and our leptin signaling is getting natural sunlight exposure, right? So that is one of the reasons why if you're out on a beach, sunny holiday, you're out in the sun all day and you don't feel that hungry, or here for us in the summertime, you just don't feel hungry throughout the day, the more sunlight exposure you're getting because it's stimulating that melanin, your tan, but also suppressing your appetite, okay? Does that make sense? So in effect, we can actually get a lot of energy from the sun. We don't need to eat as much. Isn't that interesting? Okay, when I come back and talk about this in a couple of weeks, you're going to start to make some of these connections, all right? As well as gamma melanocyte stimulating hormone, which goes to beta MSH, and we also have beta lipotropin. Now, this is our beta endorphins, which comes down to beta MSH as well, but endorphins, all right, isn't this interesting? So this is where we have, of course, affecting our opioids. So remember the opio here, opioids. So what does that mean to you? That means feeling good, and that's why, and it's addictive as well, right? That's why humans are actually made to be addicted to the sun. Mind blown again, all right? So this is why I come back to this a lot and why it's so important in terms of balancing our hormones and our moods is to get that natural sunlight exposure. It comes back to the POMC and the leptin story. All right, I hope everybody is just taking this in little bits. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It is quiz question number 1 time. Is everybody ready? Okay, today we're playing for the organic vitamin C from our great sponsors at VitaTrue Nutritionals. Here we go. I hope you were paying attention. Let's go over here. And I want you to fill in what is missing in this important word that we just talked about. POMC is pro something melanocortin, something that we just talked about. You got 30 seconds on the clock. Good luck, everyone. Get your answers in. Left. Oh, I'm impressed. Oh, this is really good. I'm very impressed. Nice. People are sleeping over here, but that's okay. Oh my goodness. Good job, everyone. Thank you for everybody tuning in today. It's great to have you here. We're talking about POMC, and hit that share button, everyone. I'm going to give you a few more seconds here. Make sure you are subscribed and you are following. Thank you for all the likes coming in as well. Everybody double tapping your screen a few times. Amazing, amazing. Enio, thank you for sharing today's live. Eunice, thank you for the rose. That's so kind of you. Wow, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Kareen, thank you for the follow. Enio, and thank you for sharing again. Happy days. Great to have you here. Thank you for tuning in. Kate, thank you for tuning in right now. Okay, so we're just answering quiz questions. This is our first quiz question of the show. We're playing for prizes if you're just tuning in, and this will be sent free to you. Make sure you are following Team Dr. Janine. You're following me as well. If you are a lucky winner, I will be announcing last week's winner in just a second as well. Okay, everybody got your answers in? I gave you extra seconds there. Lots of extra seconds. Okay, here we go. All right, Neil, thank you for the follow. Opio. Yes, that's what we talked about. Pro-opio melanocortin. POMC, very, very important molecule. All right, now let's continue on. And we're talking, I am announcing last week's winner of the VitaTree Vita Detox was Yvonne Aurora 99. Congratulations to you. So everyone, make sure you are following at Team Dr. Janine on Clayton's platforms, but our team, of course, if you are this week's winner, that we can reach out to you. So thank you for tuning in. All right, we have a lot more show coming up. I'm going to be going into the beauty set in a little bit, talking about some beauty aspects of what we can do with using steam, of course, and how that can help our sinuses as well. And we are now going to talk a little bit about some holiday weight loss tips. All right, so let's go through. I've got 5 major tips, or do I have more? No, I do have 5. No, I have 9 tips for weight loss. All right, let's go through them. So I know in the holiday season that's around the corner and the holiday parties have already started, it can be a challenging time. Some people will gain 5-10 pounds just in the next month and a half or so. So just be aware, because that weight gain, yes, with those extra calories, eating the wrong foods, is not always the best thing for your overall health. All right, so let's go through some of these things. What can we do to help to keep the weight off, or at least maintain our healthy weight throughout the holiday season? Tip number 1, skip the grains. Now, one of the reasons for this, yes, we know that they're higher in carbohydrates, but they can be higher in deuterium. If you know what deuterium is, it's heavy hydrogen. Some foods, like grains, have some toxicity concerns as well, depending on where they're grown, but they could be higher in that deuterium, and deuterium is going to slow down your energy production, and it's not the best for our cellular health. Okay, so you want to skip the grains whenever you can. That means the baked goods and things, and everything in moderation, of course. A little bit may be okay, but you don't want to overdo it here in those high deuterium foods, so the grains. Okay, number 2 is eat more seafood. So seafood is loaded with the DHA, but the other important minerals like zinc and selenium, and of course our calcium, magnesium, so important to run our metabolism. So this becomes very important. So focusing in on getting enough that DHA, that's going to help to counteract some of the negative effects of our artificial lights that we live under with that blue light toxicity from our screen time as well. That's going to burn up our DHA. And so the antidote to that, of course, is more seafood, more DHA high food. Lamb is also high in DHA, so that would be another alternative if you don't eat seafood. Okay, number 3 is limit your sweets. Yeah, so again, the sugar, especially the refined sugar, especially the candies that we talked about earlier, that may have that titanium dioxide in them. That's another thing to avoid, of course, at all times, but of course in the holiday season as well. It's going to spike your blood glucose levels, makes your leptin signaling all messed up, and of course is going to challenge your insulin resistance. So this is something that you want to limit those sweets as much as you can. I know it's hard in the holidays. I know. A little bit's okay, but just try to limit it yourself. Okay, number 4 is limit your alcohol. So you don't want to overdo it with alcohol. Yes, having a little bit of a drink here and there might be okay, but you don't want to overdo it. It's going to make you gain weight quickly because it's empty calories. And the amount of calories, of course, from alcohol is higher than our other macronutrients. All right, so You want to limit that. Okay, number 5 is movement. So encouraging some type of movement, ideally outside, is going to be optimal for, again, keeping your metabolism going, connecting with your outer environment, which I always talk about needs to be in cahoots with your inner environment for your circadian biology and your circadian rhythm. So you want to get outside, you got to move a little bit, all right? Number 6, of course, practice your Mother Nature's prescription. What is that? Sunlight, exposure, especially seeing that sunrise, grounding, taking your shoes off. This is so, so important. I watched a video yesterday and it was all about, longevity and what's the number one thing, and what 80% of your longevity is determined by doing one thing. And what is it? It's seeing the sunrise every day. So anybody who's struggling with your health, you've got to, at least if you can't get outside, open a window, get that natural sunlight in your eyes, on your skin, from that sunrise. Very, very important time of the day. Okay, very important. Okay, number 7 as well is doing cold therapy. So what does that do? It helps to stimulate our mitochondria, which is great for longevity, helps for our body to actually make more brown fat, which is more thermogenically active and is going to rev up our metabolism and our production of body heat. That's what thermogenesis is. So you want to do that. That can really quickly help to get that extra fat off. So doing that cold therapy. Number 8, of course, is block blue light. So your blue light blocking glasses become very important in doing that, especially if you're on a screen but under artificial lights throughout the day, and especially after the sun has set, you've got to wear your blue blockers, all right? And number 9, of course, is limit your EMF exposure. So did you know, it's something that I've talked about a lot here, is that the more EMF exposure you have, you don't even need to eat carbohydrates. It spikes your blood glucose levels. So this is something that you definitely want to tune into, making sure that you are limiting your EMFs. And what's the antidote to EMFs is getting outside, getting grounded, getting that sunlight exposure. And building a tan, of course, which comes back to the POMC that we just talked about. If you're just tuning in, Muffin, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for sharing. And thanks for the follow as well. Ms. Riri, thank you for the follow as well. It's great to have you all here today. All right, so let's now talk about something that you may be using in your home that you weren't aware of, that there are certain toxicity concerns. And if you use this in your dishwasher, these little packets, if it's not the organic, natural ones that you're buying at the health food store or maybe online, then this is a big problem. Now, there's a scary ingredient called an ethanolamine. I can barely even say it. Ethanolamine. Did I say it right? Anything that you can't pronounce is a telltale sign that it's a chemical. It's not good for you. So ethanolamine. Yes, there we go. Now, it has negative effects on our cellular metabolism. There's other downstream things that this could be. So it could be cocamide DEA, and this is used as an foaming agent, and others are used as surfactants and emulsifiers, so it makes it more easy for the soap to actually mix with the water in the dishwasher. Not the greatest thing. Another one, 1,4-dioxane, and it's a neurotoxin, so not great for your skin, your eyes, your throat, your central nervous system. It can cause lung irritation, even drowsiness, headaches, vertigo from having exposure to this, even in small amounts. So as much as we think that everything is washed away from our dishes at the end of the cycle, maybe not so much, and it depends on your dishwasher as well. Another one is anything that says laureth in it is not great, as well as ethoxy and polyethylene glycol would be the other ingredients. So these are things that if you're going to buy the little pods, I buy the ones in the health food store, just take a look at all the ingredients. They should be more natural ingredients. You can make your own as well. I haven't done that yet. Has anybody made their own dishwasher soap? I've not done that. Put a 2 in the comments if you've ever made your own dishwasher soap. I'm really curious because that's something that I endeavor to work on, all right? So that would be actually something. Of course, you know that I make my own sunscreen. I make my own laundry soap as an example. But yeah, Kaz, I know, it's shocking, isn't it? All right. Nobody? No. Oh, Frozen's, Matt, you do? Okay, so maybe you can share your recipe with us. That would be great if you can send it in or email it to our team, Frozen's, Matt. And oh my goodness, Lady Laurette. Oh, I'm behind the 8 ball here. Lisa Marie, you make your own dishwasher soap. I love this. Please send your recipes if you can do that. I would love to make one of your recipes here on the show. Okay, we're going to work on that. All right, guess what time it is? It is quiz question number 2 time. And for everybody who's tuning in for the first time, it's great to have you here. I'm Dr. Janine. We're talking about natural things here at the Doctor Janine Show, of course, and we are playing for a prize now. So this is quiz question number 2. You're going to have 30 seconds. Please hit that share button. Make sure you are subscribed. You hit that like button as well. I love this. And of course, the follow button as well. Okay, we're playing for the prize, the organic vitamin C from our great friends at VitaTree Nutritionals. All right, they are the sponsor of our show. We appreciate them. Thank you so much. All right. Here we go. I said this very quickly. Let's see what happens here. Okay, true or false? Even if you're just tuning in right now, you got a 50-50 chance. Do your best. CLIP stands for corticotropin-like intermediate peptide. True or false? You've got 30 seconds on the clock. Let's get your answers in. Okay, 20 seconds left. So let's see. How's everybody doing here? Music Addict, Great, Chat, White Mazda, Eva, Gigi Poo, Mario V, Lady L, KQNT, hello, Big Beach is here as well, Elaine Rose, Wow, Heather, 320, okay, I see a Tater Tot family, good try, Kay, Lori, Neil, Anthony, Kaz, Roos, Shelly, 66, is that right, Victorious, all right, I think everybody's got their answers in. Lou, Blinky, Letty, Antoinette, good job, everyone. Okay, so the answer was yes, it is true. I wasn't trying to trick you here, so it was true, all right? So that's something that we talked about when it's a downstream of POMC, all right? I hope that makes sense. If you are just tuning in now, you don't need to remember anything. Of course, this show lives live, not live, but after the live, it lives on where you watch your longer form videos on those platforms, so you can check that out. And our previous shows as well. If you missed our previous shows, of course, we have a show every week. All right, now let's talk about sinus headaches. I know that this time of year, a lot of people are suffering with a lot of pain in the sinuses. I've got some tips that I'm going to go through, 5 of them for chronic sinus issues. It could be a chronic thing. It could be an acute sinus infection, and you don't know what to do. Let's go through some of my tips that have worked for myself, my family, as well as my patients over the years. And it works well and quickly when you're not finding relief, okay? Number 1, Cabo. Everybody knows what Cabo is? All right, let's go through. These are my favorite herbal medicines to kill bad stuff, okay? If you think about organisms that we just don't want an overgrowth of bad bacteria and other organisms, of course, in these, in our sinuses. So cloves, artemisia, black walnuts, and oregano, Cabo, and you'll hear me refer to this in a lot of videos. That is my go-to combination, as well as some other immune-supporting herbs like echinacea, astragalus, that work like natural antibiotics. But this can really help to really have that kill phase of what we don't want sort of lingering there. If you think about the sinuses, if we look at them here, it's in a dark, let me turn Lucy around. So back in here, the sinus is here, and here as well, it's a dark, moist space. And this is often where, some less favorable organisms can sort of hang out. And this is why we often have difficulty eradicating them in the sinuses. Okay, thank you. So here we can see excess mucus and the sinus infection. And of course, we can see the inflammation that's happening in the sinuses as well. So I really do find, whether it's the frontal sinus, the ethmoid sinuses, or the maxillary sinuses, that combination of those herbal medicines is fantastic for really eradicating and fighting off and helping your immune system to fight these things off. Okay, number 2 on my list is taking probiotics. Now, not all probiotics are created equal, and we know that, getting and having a healthy gut microbiome becomes very important. Now, if we don't, what are some indicators of gut microbiome that isn't so healthy? Let's take a look at the poop really quickly. So if you're not pooping well and regularly, there's a few factors that could be related to this. So if you're not having a good healthy poop once or twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day, ideally for the guys, I usually say, who eat a little bit more, typically, that you're having 3 good bowel movements a day, it should be formed, it should be a log, or the gold standard on the Bristol stool chart is an S-shaped dark sinker. So healthy poops is what we're looking for. All right, if it's lighter colored in stool, maybe not the best thing happening. Maybe you're lacking in probiotics. Maybe you've got constipation. Maybe the bowels aren't moving properly. These are all indicators that, yes, are correlated potentially with your inability for your body to fight off that sinus infection. All right, so we got to get pooping better. We have to have a healthy microbiome. Remember, over 80% of our immunity comes from our healthy gut, and getting back to that healthy microbiome is going to be important. So probiotics are important. How do we get probiotics? Well, we can take them as a supplement. Just make sure it doesn't have the fillers, the flow agents. Important, like we started the show off with, that titanium dioxide. Another big one with probiotics is called magnesium stearate. So this is another thing. I have other videos on this, but this flow agent is typically used in most probiotics on the marketplace that are in a capsule. They always use magnesium stearate because it's a flow agent. It helps to decrease the stickiness of those probiotics. So you just want to be really aware not to be ingesting that. It's never been tested to be safe for long-term human consumption. All right, another tip for sinus headaches. So we talked about probiotics, but also doing some lymphatic drainage. So this is something that I've shared in a lot of videos. We've done it a few times here on the show. Thank you for all those hearts coming in. I appreciate that. It's so amazing to have you all here today. And this is, with lymphatic drainage, I have a whole 10-step protocol that you can check out, but, getting that lymph moving, especially for the head and neck. So doing the clavicles, maybe we can do this really quickly. I hope I don't hit my mic, I'm sorry. So we do above and below our collarbones first, then down the neck. Everybody can do this with me right now. Then we want to do from the midline of our face out and do a little shimmy shake sort of when we get to the ear, because of course we have lymphatics here. If we look at our lymph system, here we go. So see all these lymphatics here, and of course anything for the head and neck when you've got chronic sinus issues, or just a cold for that matter, doing this lymphatic drainage can be really, really helpful. All right, and then down the back of the neck as well, and that will really help to drain. Even moving your arms or doing inside your armpits as well can help to move all of that lymph from the head and neck. All right, so doing that is going to be great for your sinus headaches and really getting that lymphatic system more efficient. And this is something that I want people to be doing regularly, even, as preventative for any type of sinus issues or issues in the head and neck. All right, number 4 on my list now. Let's go back to the list. 5 tips for sinus headaches. Number 4 is getting enough natural sunlight, and especially, that infrared and the far infrared rays from the sun, or if you go in a far infrared sauna, or even just a regular sauna, is going to be beneficial to drain those sinuses. It helps your immune system, as we know. It helps perspiration and detoxing through your sweat. But also that heat at higher temperature, if you're actually fighting an active infection, that higher temperature can be really beneficial for your immune system to fight off whatever it is that you're struggling with there. All right, so I hope that helps. All right, so get more natural sunlight. Of course, we talked about POMC and all the downstream. It makes you feel good, of course, as well with those opioids through POMC. All right, and number 5, steam inhalation. So I'm going to be showing you some steam inhalation. We're going to do it live here in the studio, in the beauty set in just a second. I do want to first, though, thank all of my super fans. So I appreciate you all. Everybody is the best. And I love the fact that you are, you set your timer, whatever it is part of your day. Harrietten, thank you for tuning in from Germany. Nice to have you here. Guten Tag. Thank you for tuning in. And you make a point to watch the show every single week. So I do appreciate all of my super fans who are also so generous throughout the weeks and in our live shows as well, donating flowers and all these, roses and all these things during the lives. I truly appreciate it. I see all those hearts coming in. So thank you to all of you. All right. Please hit that share button. Everyone, it's great to have you all here. Thank you for liking. And please, if you're here for the first time, make sure that you are following and you hit that subscribe button. All right, now let's continue I'm talking about, let's go into and talk a little bit about that steam inhalation. So of course, this is a beauty hack using steam. And one of the things that steam does is it helps to open up our pores. So when we're using that steam inhalation, before our beauty routines and before putting on our serums and things. So I just happen to have, and I mentioned earlier that I make, my own recipes for things and make sure everybody, so going back to what we talked about earlier, we talked about the toxicity of dishwasher soap, those dishwasher pods. Please send me your recipes, okay? I don't know how you're going to do it, either post it here or send us an email. Please send me your recipes of your dishwasher soap and how you make that, because I'm going to make one. I'm going to find the best combination of your recipes. I'm going to make it here on the show in a future episode. All right, thank you. Okay, so this is actually a natural vitamin C serum that I make myself, and I absolutely love this for the skin. And of course, oops, I'm dripping it. It is beautiful at tonifying the skin. It helps to brighten the skin. It is remarkable, and it has organic vitamin C capsules that are ingestible that I open up into the vitamin C other ingredients. It is amazing. So by steaming your face first and then applying your serums after, you're going to get a deeper and better penetration because your pores are, of course, open. So that's one way to use that. Now, the other way to use the steam, and I hope you can, are we going to see the steam here? I don't know if you can see it on the camera a little bit. Yes, is I've got my hot boiled water here, is to add a few drops of eucalyptus. Now you do want to be careful for when we're talking about now draining the sinuses. All you're going to do, and I do this for my kids, this is fantastic. So boil some water, and then you're just going to add a few drops of eucalyptus essential oil. And of course I can't live. Here we go. Eucalyptus essential oil, just a few drops, and depending on, that's probably 4 or 5 drops. And that has an amazing ability for opening up the sinuses and really helping to drain. And what you do want to do, though, it's very powerful. So even 4 or 5 drops, it's very strong. And I can already feel it coming up into my sinuses. But you want to close your eyes because it's going to irritate your eyes. So just don't forget that. I always remind the kids, make sure you close your eyes. But then all you're going to do is you're going to have a towel. And you're going to, I'm going to go incognito in a second. You're going to place the towel over. Can everybody see me? Yes. And then you're going to put your head down and then just inhale for as long as you can. Remember to close your eyes and use that. And you're going to stay there as long as you can. Of course, when the water cools down, some people can stay there for 2 minutes. Other people can stay there for 5 or so. But then you're going to be able to definitely feel that steam coming into your skin, up, and of course the eucalyptus into your sinuses, and then have your Kleenexes, or your tissues, your facial tissues, very close by, and you're going to be blowing your nose. It's going to start to come out and it's going to start to drain. And then if you want to do it again, you could dump this, get some more fresh, hot, boiling water, and do that again, all right, to help to open up those sinuses. All right. I'm so glad that everybody is tuning in today. Isn't that fun? I know, it's so great to be able to do this. Being Me 33, you're a big fan in Pakistan. Thank you for tuning in today. It's great to have you here. Amazing. And there are different oils. Kaz is asking, there's different oils that can work for this. Absolutely. T-Love, I know eucalyptus is just so fantastic. All right, so if you did want to see, of course, and there's questions coming in about the Video 2313. Here's the recipe for the vitamin C serum. We knew somebody was going to ask, so we had it on the ready. All right, here we go. So it has 5 teaspoons of rose water, 2 teaspoons of glycerin, and then 5 capsules of the organic vitamin C. All right, so that's actually what we're playing for this week from our friends at Vitatree Nutritionals. All right, so you're going to mix that all together in a small bowl, and of course you open up those capsules. And you mix that in and keep it in a dark glass container like this. And then you've got your beautiful vitamin C serum. And because of the rose water, it smells like roses. It is divine. I'm telling you, it is amazing. And because it's organic vitamin C, it's not like the other vitamin Cs, which typically in our skincare, if you're purchasing vitamin Cs in the industry, unfortunately, most times they will be synthetically made. So ascorbic acid that they usually derive from genetically modified corn, and then they use something like sulfuric acid to extract the vitamin C. So it's not the same as a natural whole food vitamin C. So this organic vitamin C is actually made from acerola cherries and camu berries, which are 60 times more concentrated in vitamin C as compared to oranges, which is one of the things that we often think about, that combination, or it's sort of like the oranges we always, people make references to eating oranges to get our vitamin C. Are they really that high in vitamin C anymore? I'm not sure, but I know that this definitely is. All right, so there you go. T-Love, you use this in a diffuser for your daughter. I'm so glad. That's so amazing. Gigi Who, okay, you're gonna get some oils to be able to do this. I know, I love doing the steam inhalation. It's a game changer. Another hack that you can do, I didn't plan on saying this, but I'm gonna tell you really quickly, is in your shower with the steam. So just put a few drops of eucalyptus essential oil in your shower on the floor. And then when that hot water is hitting it in the steam rises and it's like doing your own steam bath. All right, so that is a great hack as well. I hope you try that, especially if you're congested or your kids are congested. It's a nice natural way to get things going. Sorry. Oh yeah, so here we go. Everybody wants to see this recipe again really quickly. All right, so the vitamin C face serum, there we go. So again, it's got the rose water, the glycerin, and 5 capsules. So you open up that organic vitamin C. You're gonna mix all those ingredients into a small bowl first, and then until your capsules are sort of dissolved in there. And then you're going to pour it into a dark glass container to prevent the oxidation, and put it on your clean, dry skin. Okay, everybody's got it now? Everybody, you're able to screenshot that. Irene, rosemary oil, also very good, but will sting your eyes, so just be careful with rosemary oil. Don't get it too close to your eyes. It is one of those very powerful essential oils from the rosemary. All right, Ronnie, I'm glad that you're loving the information. Thank you for tuning in today. Hey, everybody, make sure that you are subscribed, you're following, hit that share button, and I appreciate all the likes that you sent throughout the show, which is so amazing. Guess what time it is? Okay. Oh, this is kind of a funny segue. All right, we're playing for the organic vitamin C from our great friends at Vitatree Nutritionals. All right, are we ready to play? So you just participate. Even if you're here for the first time, you don't know what's going on, all you have to do is participate. Put your answer in the comment section. You're gonna have 30 seconds when that question comes up. This is a pretty easy one, a true or false coming up. And is everybody ready? Yes? All right, here we go. Let's go. All right, let's go over here. This is quiz question number 3. Of course, make sure you're following me, because if you are a lucky winner, we randomly select from all our participants, okay? So if you are our lucky winner, we have to be able to reach you, so make sure you're following. All right, true or false? Titanium dioxide is a transition metal sensitive to EMF radiation. This is a good question. All right, 30 seconds. Get your answers in now. All right, 15 up, 12 more seconds left. How are we doing here? All right, I'm still waiting. There must be a little delay in the answers. Guys, look. All right, here we go. All right, so here we go. So yes, so of course, the answer is true, yes. So if you did tune in earlier, we talked all about titanium dioxide and the fact that it is not the best thing to be ingesting, and it can be in your supplements, so I really want to check your supplements. That's really, really important. It can be in candy, as we talked about, brie cheese, and in different things, substances that you may be taking in terms of your prescriptions and things, so that's really important. All right, so if you're just tuning in, we are talking and have talked about POMC, how that's related to our hormones. We talked about that scary filler, that titanium dioxide could be found in your vitamins. Also, I shared some weight loss tips for the holiday season, and I also shared some tips for your sinuses and draining your sinuses. So I hope that you are able to utilize this information. And we also talked about some of the beauty benefits of course, that vitamin C serum. A question did come in terms of how do we store this? So of course, in a dark glass container, I've had this probably a couple years now, and To my knowledge, there's no problem with it. And I have super sensitive skin. So yeah, this has been 2 years. Remember, all natural ingredients, self-preserved because of the ingredients in here that I showed you in the recipe. The vitamin C is a natural antioxidant, so, and in the dark glass, so that's important. And I just keep it in that container sort of out of the light whenever I can, so within my cupboard, so it's not exposed to the light in the bathroom. I hope that helps you. Okay, that's a great question. Now, I do want to say that, you know, we had so many new followers who tuned in today, so thank you so much for tuning in. I will say as well that tomorrow we will not be here. So thank you so much for tuning in today and all your great questions. Save them for a week from now, because then we will be able to see each other again yeah, 2 weeks. Oh, sorry, 2 weeks from now. So next week we're on hiatus, but we'll see you all again on December 17th. We will be back. I hope you've got your questions. Please send me those recipes in for these little, in lieu of course, using the dishwasher pods. I want to get your information on that. So please make sure that you send an email or send it to my team. As to that, I'm going to be doing a lot of research in the next week or so on some very important topics. So you're going to love that, but we are on hiatus for next week. And it was so great to have you all here today. I know that there's so many new people who tuned in. I appreciate all of your love throughout the live. Of course, all the hearts that you sent in, as well as your comments were fantastic. Great questions as well. And Dorita was asking which vitamin C capsule. It's something that we talked about in the show. Yeah, the organic vitamin C capsules. All right, so I hope that helps. And I think my team was able to answer your questions as well. Thank you so much to everybody who tuned in today. Great to have you all here. We'll see you in a couple of weeks for the show. And thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.